Good evening or good afternoon, guys. It's 4 p.m. 4:10 p.m. July 7th, and today we have a mini trend day up. So like neutral trend day up or neutral up day. So, but we were able to capture the morning up move. And then stop trading. As per the plan. So now, here is the deal. At least tomorrow you want to see price holding it above 39.28 and 792 in both ES and NQ, right? So overnight it held it, right? So that's the first clue that hey, buyers are active from yesterday. Okay, so then overnight it was a tight range, neutral, but it was holding within the upper territory of yesterday's range, and it was very tight range, right? So two things can happen of the open. Either it's going to break out or break down, or fail breakout, fail breakdown, right? So like total 4 situations, right? Since same thing here, right? Long term, sorry, mid term, short term, conflicting, you can do both longs and short, right? However, if buyers are there, then they have to hold it above 840 and 39.43 in ES, preferably if they are planning to take price above yesterday's high, which was 75 in ES, right? And NQ it was roughly around 920 or so, or whatever that level is, right? So, and break below that, price will get screwed. Both parties will become active at that point, right? So, which is this, correct? So, did you notice I shifted this in the RTH to this, right? I shifted this upwards also. So at least now me shifting this upward, that means I am saying aggressive buyers are there. They have to hold it above this, right? So if price is trading at 50, let's say, right? You're not supposed to short. It's a common sense that buyers are there at least above this, If it goes below in a systematic pattern, then you can short. Otherwise, no point shorting it, right? I'm giving you 2 clues here, right here, right? And then yesterday's closing area is also important to keep an eye, right? Which is a 52 area in ES, correct? So, which is above 7-10 points above this, right? So, look for bullish disconnect, bearish disconnect sign of the open as well, right? So, all these points are there, right? You just have to figure out, you just have to put the puzzles together, pieces of the puzzles together, right? And then, see this area held it today, right? Quite a bit, some time. Then there is a breakout, and where did it end up? Right here. This is today's high. Max target for today in my Discord, right? When I shared the chart in the Discord with the notes, this was the max target, right? And it reached there, and we had a down move from there, right? At the end of the day. Then NQ, this was the high of the day, right? And that was my max target as listed in the pre-market note. See how they are behaving. Both touched the max target, and then we had a down move at the end of the day. But till then, it just stayed upwards, right? So that's how it is, and then Russell, gold, crude, I did not look at it, right? So, but you can read through it. Naked dream number. See, dream numbers are powerful as usual. I always say that, right? 926 and 902. Today's low was 926 roughly, right? And the move launched from 926. See? So these are all points, to keep in mind, right? And then you go into day. This was 926 basically. This was a dream number. Another dream number was this. The common theme is over dream number buyers, below dream number sellers, right? And look what happened. Both yellow lines are also exchange area, right? This is a tight range. Now in Discord, what I discuss is, while I was driving, I said this area, 63, this line to 64.75 is very important. That is what I clearly said in Discord in the voice. And I also said, if these buyers are super aggressive or really they want to take it higher, they have to hold this 63, 64 right of the open. So watch out that area, right? And dream number in NQ, watch out, right? That is what I said in Discord. If somebody is recording, we have a recorded session also. You can go back and check, right? So then what happened, right? So right of the open price So let me see here. Now at least we know, right? We are not shorting here. Remember, we know that we have two clues from the buyer. So at least price has to go break down in order for sellers to come into the picture, right? And where is it? Hold on. So let me show you this notes also. See, this was a max target. It was here when I published the note, right? I just moved it here, shifted it, right? This one was listed right here. I just, for you so you can read it, I moved it here. But if I draw a line here, you can see 13 or 14 area. See that? Max target, see that? Right here. And then it's coming down, right? So they achieve their target. See, every day players in this casino, they have their targets, and they basically work hard to get their target. Once they achieved it, good to go, then that's done deal. End of the day, basically, that's where the move stops, basically, usually, but for day trader like us, it's difficult to hold through these targets, because price can do back and forth, and then go higher, unless you have a higher stop, right, way below here, then you can hold it, right? So, but if price is moving in this fashion, right, you should not be shorting it at all, because now all these points, are pointing to the upward price action, right? So it does not make sense to short it right here, or right here or somewhere, and then look for earth, right? Price is telling you that it wants to go higher. It's an open drive. Why bother shorting it? Now price is halfway there to the max target, even before first hour is over, right? Most likely it's gonna hit this target slowly. So why bother shorting it? You rather go long and try to go towards that target if price action is going smoothly. If not, like if it is moving like this, bail out, call it a day off. You don't have to chase this target, just call it a day off. That is what I did. I was done by this time, by 10 o'clock I was done as usual, right? I did not trade this price action, and it was difficult to trade even. See, I can trade actually, but for you guys it may be difficult, so why bother, right? This is not I'm teaching you here. Sit here entire day and trade, right? In this chart, look at this. See, is it tradable price action? Look at this. Anytime you take a breakout, fail, and then breakdown, fail, and then go higher, and now you try to take a breakout, immediately comes down, up. See that? Every new high, it get a reaction, right? And then finally it just moved on, and then this was the time during Fed speaker, so it's not a good time to even trade during that time, right? So it is difficult to hold to this all the way up unless you have a bad lower stop, But anyway, so this was the morning long. So I took it at 64 or so, right here, like few handful contract. And then I had a breakout order sitting here. I was waiting for NQ to go higher, like here. When NQ was doing this, see here, where was open? NQ was open right here, right? See, so it went towards this, right, and then it came down, and then a higher. See, NQ was like back and forth while this candle was moving, right? So I was waiting, for NQ to take out this area basically, right? So I did take a few contracts here, right? But really my meat was here, If it goes above it, it's a final breakout attempt, and it was in line, right? It held this area, it held the dream number, and the rest of the stuffs I already explained you guys, right, in Discord. The breakout situation, why it makes sense to take a breakout today, and why it makes sense to avoid the breakout yesterday, right? So I gave you all this reason in the Discord, right? So you can go back and check the recording, right? And I also should give you a chart also. So now you have your answer why the breakout was good today compared to yesterday. Yesterday it was not a good idea to take a breakout. So here I had a pending order sitting, and here also. So got filled out, and the first thrust up, as usual, I was out by this time, correct? And then here also I was out. So my trading was over here. And that's it. That is all I was asking. Yes, I could have held it up to this point, but why bother? There is always a tomorrow, right? And tomorrow there will be a move, and I will catch it. When it's a choppy move or whatever, I will catch it. So That's how I am, I do not want to just sit around and look, right? I'm doing it during the day. I'm coming back and forth to just to teach you guys, in the Discord. Otherwise, I don't need to trade, throughout the day. But anyway, so and we also discussed how I manage this trade, right? So, and then see when price was here, right here, when it was here, I said ES was here, I said it will come back to 80 first time, but I also said skip it, wait for the second test, and then you can go long. 80 in ES and 990 in NQ. Okay, so this is the first test here. See that 990, this is 990 here, right here. This is the first test. ES, this is the first test. See this 80, right? Even 1 minute time frame, you can even see it here somewhere. It's right here. See 80. So that was, I said skip it, right? So you skip it. Then I said wait for a second test, then you can go long. So this is your second test, right? So I went long at 80, and here also I went long. Okay. Then, but I also said in advance, if I go long here, just due to this move, I will take a profit here, 50% or so, and then rest I will, watch ES, and then I will manage it, right? So I took second profit here, second whatever 30% or so. ES also I did the same thing here also, and the rest break even, and then I got stopped out here. Fine for the break even, I hold it up here, and I got stopped out, right? So that was my second trade, and then I was done, right? So technically I could have held, because 80 and 990 were important, right? Because that's where the buyers came in. So technically my stop supposed to be here, right? But I do not like to trade and hold it for longer, right? So I just fill out here. But if you are trading it, your stop has to be here, and if you want to hold it, this is your stop, and then you move it slowly upwards, right? Every new high, you make a stop, move to this previous lows or something. That's how you do, So if you do that way, then look at this high, new high, you move your stop here, then it came down, it did not top you out, then again new high, you move your stop here, right? Then again new high, you move your stop here, right? And then you are still in the trade because your stop is here, right? And then again new high, your stop is here at 80, and then again new high, your stop is here, right here at 108, right? Then again new high, which is end of day, right? Max target. Are you going to supposed to move your stop here, or you're going to take a profit here? Up to you, right? I would take a profit here, not move stop here. I'm not greedy, right? And then you can look, you can see it here, right here it stopped you out. So you basically gave up 114 to 165, 50 points. You just gave up. See my point? So this is how you can manage it if you want to. This is how you ride the trend day. Or when you have a conviction that hey, price will reach max target. This is how you manage it, right? So there are a lot of ways. You can trade, you can manage your trade. Everybody is different. Everybody has a set target in mind. See, I like to take first cut, done. But so those are the trades, right? And then after that, it was all garbage move. This is all garbage price action to me. But when price was here, around 1245, this is where I typed in Discord with the screenshot of these things, and with this drawing, I said something is coming. Either it's gonna go here or here. Okay, this is right where I drew it, and then I shared it in Discord, right? And then you can see it after that what happened. See that top. See, after this point onwards, it was a clear move also. See, before that it was a choppy move kind of, like more drops, but then this was the only drop you got, right? And then straight up. So, and then also I noticed, this is just, I don't do it every day, but I noticed here, like right here, I started noticing these things. So then I drew a line right here, and then I was observing in between, in and out, So every time when price goes here, it gets a response, right? But then it couldn't make a new low. Every time new high, see here, response. See here also, right here. See here it broke the pattern, I guess. See, no response, right? Then little bit higher and then response, right? And then here also, see that? So pretty much it was following this line. Somebody was selling it at this line, you know. And then that's pretty much it for the day, right? For NQ, ES also same thing, you know. It was doing the same damn thing. So if you look at it, let me draw a line. I think ES was also doing the same thing. Somebody was just playing this game today. See these things? Up, down, up, down, up, down. See that? Here it broke out and then boom. See? So I think we called it as a channel, right? So somebody was playing this channel today, you know. But anyway, so there were 3 players involved today. Volume profile players were involved today. These channel players were involved today, and overall contextual players, or which were buyers, involved from here, which is we. You know, we are a contextual players, right? We don't use volume profile, channels, everything, right? But we keep an eye on it. Right? So this were the good longs, right? So any shorts were poor shorts today. You have to stick with longs. You know, when you see these things, ED. See, the problem was today because of this price action, right? This is not random price action. Somebody was following this channel because of these things. See, this was downtrending overall. See, this was downtrending, but the value itself was way higher. See, it was positive territory. See, very good, right? That's why buyers were stepping in at every drop, you know, exhaustion buy. Otherwise, you know, it would have tanked if this was negative, you know, in a somewhat negative territory. And then that's pretty much it, you know, for today. You know, those are the only trades. You know, this one was garbage actually to me. It's not tradable price action because unless you follow the levels here, you know, still it was garbage, I would say. You know, unless you are holding it with stop below this. Now, Mboxwave, right? So let's talk about that. So I will explain ES today in Mboxwave because ES was good compared to NQ today. You know, NQ was little bit choppy in the morning, right? So there was no clear cut signal in NQ. It happened only after the breakout, right? But ES gave you a heads up, you know. Anyway, we know 63, 64, right? And then you can see it here. See that double algo, double algo, double algo, green. See, here is a blue, and this was opening before even open, right? These things. So now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 of the signals, right? And it is holding this 63, 64 here. And then underneath the hood here, you can see it. See these things? Like, look at this histogram: buying, 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 buying. See that? And here you can see there were sellers here. See that? Sellers, sellers, but they didn't achieve anything. See, this buying superseded these things. You know, that is what I am saying here. Because why? Because price was unable to go down, but every time it made a new high. See that? Here up to here, and this was the last buying, right? And then look what happened. Again somebody sold it here, right? And then look at the selling here. See here, more selling like this, right? Then it should have tanked, correct? Make a new low, but look here. But this buying, right? So always this buying superseded this. Not always, but today in this observation, yes. So if that is the case, right, then it will make a new high, correct? And this was also Globex high, probably, right? And 75 was our level, which was right here, correct? And then what happened? Straight to 75 with this, right? Now it has a breakout above this. Now look, this volume. See that? Now you have this also in line. See? That was the time you go long. Look for long, which is Mboxwave through. This was a long right here. For me, I don't watch these things, right, in the open. I keep an eye, but I don't use it to enter a trade. My trades are level driven, so my longs were right here at the bottom, so I can have a less risk. And then this one was my second trade. happens to be it was lining up with this also now, right? So it's a double benefit, right? So then it went higher, right? And then you manage it, right? I'm not gonna tell you how to manage it, right? But then you can manage it, correct? So this 91, 93, that was a good level. I discussed in Discord that 91, 93 or 39.08 to 14. Those are the two areas where buyers are targeted. So this is a good area to take profit. If you are holding it this way, and also you can see there was a demand was diminishing. Here. So yes, you can take a profit here if you want to. And after that, there was no point discussing this price action because it was a garbage price action. Yes, it was pointing upwards, but it was difficult to hold or take a new trade. In this garbage, you can't trade it. They say these things, it's a garbage completely up to this point, right? And then all this signal failed basically. Unless you have a stop here, right? Then it will work. If you're seeing it, it requires a patience to hold these trades, hold through these trades. But looking at this, all these things, it's hard to even hold it. And look at this thing is gone. See? And now you can see there are more selling spikes here. See that? Overall compared to buyers. See that? So after looking at this, even though if you are holding it, it does not make sense, to even hold it. You rather just give up and don't trade for the rest of the day. And now Fed speaker started talking around this time, right? So that's additional reason not to trade, right? And then even though if you are following it, right, then here also, see it's a garbage move, all these things. So that's why I don't want to discuss it. And by the time the day was over anyway. So this was the only good trade. That's it. Everything else, so you have to be smart enough, good enough to pick up only good trades. Otherwise, just leave it alone. Trade next day, or find another market which has a good signals. And that be all for today.